Hello, friend. This is Ryan Hicks of TalkToProfit.com, and today I want to talk to you about when the mask slips off, rebuking the religion of illness. Now, I have to state from the very beginning, so people don't misunderstand, because many people will not go very far in the video. They'll start jumping to their own conclusions. Some people won't even watch the video. They'll just read the title, maybe a little bit of the description, and run off and start coming up to their own conclusions. If you are a person who's immune compromised, I know people who are, and they wear a mask because it gives them a level they feel of protection. They wear special masks too that are not like the regular paper masks people are getting at the stores or whatever. And they feel like that's protecting them. Okay. I don't have anything against anyone wearing a mask. You want to wear a mask or two masks like some people do whatever you want, whatever makes you feel comfortable. My issue is with people, one, trying to mandate, like force everybody to wear a mask. Because I asked somebody this and they didn't have a good answer. If you wearing a mask protects you, then why are you so worried about everybody else not wearing the mask as if they're somehow doing damage in the world? I see people saying, well, if you don't wear a mask, you hate other people. Or Jesus would have wore a mask, which is nonsense, religious nonsense. People have become a religion around this fear they have to even go out into the world. They are terrified of mere existence, that around every corner there's danger for them. And listen, I get it. The people who are making masking their religion, this is because it gives them something interesting in their lives. Their lives are dull, and like Thoreau talked about, the masses of men live lives of quiet desperation. This gives them something interesting, something different, something that they can look like they know something about or have some sort of success in or something. It adds some sort of interest into their lives. I get that. And it is very interesting because I look at some of these people. I've had some interactions with some of them on social media, and every single one of them, not one of them, every single one of them is one political persuasion that puts the government as God, in the place of God. They're very, 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 very ultra far left. And at this particular point in time, those people tend to put all their faith in the government. It's not in God. Most of them are atheists. Many of the profiles were atheists. They had their pronouns. They did all the things that they are being taught to do to conform to this religion that they follow. And the thing is, my issue is I don't care if you wear a mask or not. Do whatever you want. If that gives you a level of comfort, great. But what I don't like, and I have to discourage and I have to rebuke, is the fear that is being promoted through the mask wearing. I get that some people wear a mask and they have illnesses and whatever, and that's okay. But it is literally today being promoted as a virtue, as I'm a good person because I'm wearing a mask. I'm in my car alone, I'm wearing a mask. Look how good I am. They're literally right now at this point in time on social media, there is a hashtag, y'all masking, and it's all these people posting pictures of themselves masking, patting each other on the back for how good and virtuous they are. It's literally a virtue signaling of this religion that they all follow. It's not normally the people who actually have some illness who are trying to protect themselves. It's just people who are very fearful. Many of them literally admit they have mental illness. They put in their profile information, just like to tell the world, I have some mental illness here. Here's all my list of mental illnesses I have. And it's very sad because the fear that is being promoted, that drags people down. They can't live a normal life being in fear, being terrified, being in a panic all the time. And then wanting other people to be dragged down into the mire with them. My friend, life is great. Life is good. There may be illnesses here and there that we have to deal with going in life, but you can live a healthy life. You don't have to be in fear. You don't have to be in terror. You don't have to fall in line and bow the knee to worship your government because they told you to do a certain thing, even when they didn't do it. And here's some of the things you can take a note of. Because sometimes, like, you're just a person, you don't have scientific data or whatever, but what you can do is observe what's going on around you. I remember at the height of the pandemic, the states that had the highest mask compliance, also had the highest rates of the magical illness going around. Even more importantly, because, that could be something related to that area, the weather, who knows. So we could throw that away, but that's still something important to note. But even more importantly is all the people who are telling you to put masks on, telling you to be in fear, telling you not to get together, not to be around a bunch of people, are then in secret having little parties together with no masks, not doing any of the things they tell you to do, but there's supposedly a big pandemic going around that you need to be afraid of. You better be afraid, and you better be doing what we're telling you to do, even though we don't do any of it. That should tell you a lot. The people who are the closest to the data, the closest to the supposed knowledge of what's going on, aren't doing the things they're telling you to do. The fear they're telling you to be in, they aren't practicing it at all. Well, and I should clarify, they were practicing it when they were on camera or when they were in public. But in private, what they really believed, how they really acted was, who cares? This is no big deal. We don't do any of that nonsense we're telling everybody else to do. Now, my point in this, I've made videos like this in the past. They get taken down. Social media seems to be a little more allowing of you to talk about these things openly. And they're not just trying to force you into speaking a certain way. And I'll reiterate, like I said in the very beginning, you can wear a mask all you want. You can wear 2 masks. You can wear 3 masks. I've suggested to people, if you're so afraid, get a bubble. Literally be that bubble boy, and you'll be fully protected. I have more respect for that, because at least that actually could protect you if there was something going around. People are going around wearing a mask, and their face is exposed. Their eyes are exposed. You think things can't get in your eyes? It just magically stops there? It can't get in your ears? Magically stops because you have a mask on? It won't go into your eyes or ear? I mean, come on. What is going on is a lot of fear. And if you're going to be as ultra successful as you can be in life, you can't be ruled by fear. I'm not telling you can't take precautions, you can't be safe or whatever is going around, but you have to be realistic. And you have to be intelligent enough to observe what's actually going on. Because unfortunately, we live in a world where the government will tell you things that aren't true. They'll flat out tell you things that are not true to get you into compliance and following them and giving them more power, essentially, that aren't for your betterment. And there is a group of people, a small minority, but a group of people nonetheless is very vocal, who will reinforce whatever the government tells them. Even if the government long since abandoned it, they're still like that NPC in that same programming. They haven't got an update, so they're still babbling out the same stuff. COVID's not gone. COVID cautious. I'm COVID aware. COVID's not over. Masks work. My friend, I want you to be safe. If you want to wear a mask that makes you feel comfortable, great. But I don't want you to do anything from a place of fear. I don't want you to do anything because you are trying to fit in with people who are very sadly terrified and afraid and following bad data and just trying to conform. And realistically, most of them don't even care about that. It's just a virtue signal at this point. It is just telling people, I'm good because I'm following what I was told. I'm good because I'm doing what other people aren't doing anymore because they're not afraid. So look at me. Look at my virtue signaling mask. Look at my mask that shows my religion of COVID or whatever the next illness will be that they'll be afraid of. It's a sad way to live. And I want you to be living the best life possible. I want you to be as successful as possible. I want you to be as happy as possible. I want you to be as joyful as possible. You know, I posted about this on social media, and there's literally people wishing death upon me. And the same people were saying that they're wearing masks because they are caring people, and they want to help people, and they want to protect people. And then you question mask use, and they want you dead. It's very interesting. Some of them use religion like of course they don't believe in Jesus. They don't care about Jesus at all. But they say, well, would Jesus not wear a mask? Would Jesus do that? Like trying to manipulate you and bully you into following their religion of self and fear. My friend, to be the greatest success in life, you can't conform to the world. You can't fall in line with what everybody else is doing. Maybe you wear a mask that makes you feel fine, whatever. But you can't be falling in line with all these trends, the newest idea that makes you feel better than other people. If you want to be better than other people, which we should never be comparing ourselves with other people in the first place, but if you want to actually be better than other people, do it by your accomplishments. Do it by your achievements. Do it because you are a person who each and every day is getting better and becoming more like God. Not living in fear, not living in dread, not living in conformity to the world, but living a great, awesome, blessed life that you deserve to live. My friend, I pray this is a blessing for you. May God bless you richly.